Hey everybody! I hope everyone is having a happy Tuesday. So the book review we're going to do today is The Greatest Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Whoosh. Yes, it's kind of massive. This was actually the first book that I read this year. I started with this guy. And before we launch into what I thought of it, let's just go over what this guy will cost you if you want to get it. First of all, I would definitely recommend getting the complete series like this versus the books like this. So with Agatha Christie, which I talked about yesterday, we did it individually, book by book, mostly because I couldn't find one like this of her complete series. Otherwise, I definitely would have gone with that. These guys individually, this is an individual story. So this has 44 of his short stories and his 4 big novels, including, of course, Hound of Bakersfield, A Study in Scarlet, and The Sign of Four, which I don't think I've seen a movie on. There might be a movie, I don't know. But I know that for sure they talk about The Study of Scarlet and the Hounds of Bakersfield was in, I believe, the show. So I would definitely recommend getting them all compiled rather than this, unless you're looking to influence young readers into reading Sherlock. If you are, then I would definitely go with the individuals. So price wise, this big guy, I don't know how much I originally paid for him, but I got him from Barnes and Noble. I'm sure that you guys have seen collector's editions like this at Barnes and Noble's. I don't know how much I originally paid for it, but I know it was more expensive than it's going right now. So Thrift Books, which I've talked about before, is a really awesome website, and you can get reward points by buying books, and you eventually can get free books if you buy enough books, and any books that you buy, purchases over $10 in the United States, is free shipping, which is awesome because, so this book on Thrift Books right now is $4.69. These individual books that you're looking for range anywhere. I saw them from $4.79 all the way up until $21. So again, better deal. On Amazon, I found this hardback copy for $11.24, but you would have to pay $3.99 in shipping. So even if you got other books from Thrift Books, you only had to pay the $10 and then you get free shipping. So it's, it's cheaper. But again, not pushing thrift books. Ugh, I will get that eventually. I'm just saying that it's an option. I did find one of these books on Amazon for $59, and I do believe it was used. So don't buy that one unless you want to, and then, it's your choice. Barnes and Noble, if you go online, you can get this guy for $8 online in Barnes and Noble. So, okay, with that being said, and the year it was, I don't know when it was written originally. In the back of the book, they say Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was, and they have his life from 1859 to 1930. So old. But this was compiled in 2012. So that's whenever they put them all together, which again, I appreciate so much. I appreciate you guys. I wish you would do it. Please do it with Agatha Christie. Hint, hint. Or at least put like her, her characters together, like Miss Marple and Hercule Poirot, however you say that. So with Sherlock Holmes, now talking about whether or not I like the book, would I give a sticker? Yes. Is this a lot to read? Yes. So it is quite a bit, but it's really fun because each story is almost a little bit different than the one before. And it's really fun to try to figure out, who did it and how Sherlock really comes to his understanding of it. And I think it's really fun if you are a Sherlock fan or you have seen the shows or the movies. I think everybody has an interpretation in their head of how they think Sherlock looks and how he acts. And I think that you can get your own feel for your own Sherlock in your head by reading what Sir Arthur Conan Doyle put down. I know I say his name so funny. I try to get it off my tongue. It doesn't flow well. But I would give it a sticker. I'm not going to do each individual story and book. If you would like me to, please send a message and I will individually do them. The whole series, I would definitely say go for it, love it, take your time. I will give a heads up that because it was written and it's older, the language is sometimes hard to sink into. I think once you get into the book, you know, you sink into it, it's almost like reading a good fantasy novel, you know. Once you get into the terminology, it's easy to flow, but trying to originally get into it can sometimes be difficult. I feel like just because the language is a little different. It's not very different, I didn't think, but it is a little different than, you know, than something that was written today. Let's see, there are some scenes, of course, as it's written older, where he describes, you know, people in ways that I think can be insensitive, but I didn't see any that I can remember. As I said, I read this at the beginning of the year, but anything that I remember really triggering. Again, I read this in January, so if there is something, please shoot me a message and I will definitely correct that and put another disclaimer of like, hey, oh wait, don't forget about this. His stories were enthralling and they kind of keep you guessing. I will say this will be a spoiler spot right here. So if you want to read these and you don't want to have this little spoiler, you might want to stop the video right here or skip it. But I am going to say something and hopefully someone will give me some insight or at least start a conversation. What the hell happened to Mary? So Mary is there at one point. She goes and visits her family and then they go off to fight Moriarty, and then when they come back, like whenever it comes back to Dr. Watson, she's just gone. She never comes back. I don't know if she died, if she left Dr. Watson, but him and Sherlock are just living together again. So I'm like, what happened? Where's Mary? We should do, like, instead of a Where's Waldo, we should do a Where's Mary? So, yeah, that's my book review for Sherlock Holmes. I know, not very in depth today, so sorry. So, but yes, at the end, pick it up if you'd like. This one will keep you busy all winter long. Well, I mean, maybe depending on how fast you read, but it is fun. I think that it would be fun around the Halloween time again. And once again, I would definitely go with the complete series rather than having to bother with multiple books unless you get it in a box set, because it can get kind of confusing. 44 books and 4 stories is a lot to individually go and get. So I know this wasn't a really long one today, and I'm so sorry it wasn't put together very well. I think I'm still a little groggy after going to the gym. So I think I probably need to step up my gym and read a little less. But yes, so if you have any questions, comments about Sherlock Holmes, or again, any of the individual series, if you'd like to see me do a book, a different kind of book, or any kind of genre of book, please let me know. I would be more than glad to do that. I know that Rising from the City of the Dead is definitely on my to-do to grab. I'm going to grab it and do a review on that, since the least I can do for the author, since I read the second one, gave a review on it, and I didn't even read the first one. Sometimes I'm a dingbat. So I will get to that as soon as I can. I will definitely be getting it off Thrifty Books. Just saying. Thrift books. So I hope everybody has a good day. Again, you guys are awesome. Pick up a book or become friends and come borrow one of mine, but you better give it back because, you know, I obviously love my books. Have a good day.